This tale illustrates how a harmless joke can spiral out of control and lead to unexpected serious outcomes. It all kicked off as most things do with a company party after a fun evening. With my co-workers, I got a call from my wife, and I drove her home, safely on the way. My loyal companion casually recounted how the night had gone. We ate, drank, and then the contests with a WS started. Even won a certificate. There were fun games, like charades, all sorts of things. Really, everyone had a blast. I got to see the guys in a new light, and it was awesome that we all gathered for more than just drinks. She trailed off mightily with a big yawn. By then we had pulled into the driveway. I didn't press her for any more details. The following days were pretty typical, work home and spending time together. But I noticed something odd. My wife started acting a bit edgy. Especially before work, I tried to gently ask her what was bothering her, but she just laughed it off and changed the subject. I didn't push it further, but I became more observant then one evening. At dinner, she dropped a bombshell. "Hey, you finish early and pass pretty close to my office. Would you mind picking me up by car?" "Of course, no problem," I said, trying to keep a straight face, but I couldn't help myself. "What's going on, anyway?" "Nothing," just she replied, quickly. That's all. She brushed it off, just as easily. I wasn't completely convinced, but I didn't object if it was something serious. She would have told me right. I was hoping for the next few days. I drove her home from work without question. Things seemed to calm down and her usual carefree demeanor returned. I was happy about it and decided not to bring up any more questions then. One evening, I showed up early. She was already waiting at our usual spot. As soon as she hopped into the car, she slammed the door and said, "Hi, let's go. Please, hold on, what's going on?" I couldn't keep it in any longer. "What's with all the secrecy? Who's scaring you?" Her arms crossed over her chest. She shot me a frustrated look. "Oh, what nonsense. I just want to get home faster. Can we go already? I'm not leaving you alone at home, you know," I said, trying to get some clarity, but she stayed quiet. This whole situation was starting to annoy me, and I had to get to the bottom of it. When we got home, she rushed inside, and as I followed her, there was a sudden knock on the door. Someone was impatient, and they weren't about to take no for an answer. I saw my wife standing in the hallway, looking worried. But before I could say anything, a disheveled and obviously upset colleague burst into the apartment. "I can't take it anymore. I've waited too long, you promised, and I won't be just entertainment for you," he shouted, bursting into the apartment. I quickly put my hand on his chest to stop him. "What are you doing here?" I came to tell the truth, he snapped, then turned to my wife. "Did you think it was just a one-time thing? You slept with me, and now I'm supposed to calm down? This is all I need from you. I love you, and I won't back off." That was when my patience finally snapped. I wanted to get the details from my wife's clueless boyfriend. So I shoved him out into the hallway, grabbed my pale wife by the hand, and dragged her to the kitchen. Sitting her down at the table, she didn't resist. She just cried and couldn't find the words. It took about half an hour before she could speak clearly. Turned out that, at the corporate party, they'd played Truth or Dare, and someone had dared her to kiss this colleague. She thought it was a harmless joke, but apparently that colleague wasn't just a random participant. He'd been in love with her for years, and he saw that night as his big chance to make a move. My wife had been afraid of his persistence, so she'd asked me to pick her up from work. "What did he mean by hooked up?" I asked, trying to piece things together. She hesitated, falling silent for a few moments before answering in a near whisper. I thought that if I let him get his way, then she fell, silent, barely audible. "Leave me alone." "I'm not leaving you alone," I muttered, frustrated. "I didn't know he was coming here. I'm sorry. I didn't know what to do, how to get rid of him." She stammered, but I didn't want to hear any more. Couldn't. I moved toward the door, needing space to think. I didn't know what to think anymore. Why hadn't she told me right away that she was being stalked? Why let it get this far? Had she changed? And what did she expect? Anyway, I didn't know how to process it. I left and stayed with friends for a couple of days. I couldn't bring myself to forgive him or her. I tried to reason it out, make excuses, but in the end, betrayal is still betrayal. That's just the way life works. Sometimes friends What started as a silly game ended in a tangled mess of resentment and confusion. Could have been so much easier if she'd just been honest from the start, or maybe I should have trusted her less. Who knows? But one thing's for sure. This experience will definitely serve as a tough life lesson for me. So guys, if you all like today's story, please like the video and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you for watching.